You're feeling it now, a surge, an electric pulse thrumming through your core, powerful and raw. This message calls out to you, revealing the invisible forces weaving themselves into your life, pulling at your spirit with magnetic tension. You stand at the center of a storm where energies collide, where manipulations once aimed to harm you have become the very essence fueling your ascent. You are being tested, but know this. Your strength isn't just the shield. It's the weapon. Now, more than ever, your power will not be contained. You're under the shadow of a powerful adversary, a figure cloaked in dark intentions, someone who weaves shadows and strikes with the precision of a venomous serpent. This is no ordinary threat. It is a targeted assault aimed directly at you. Unseen forces are at play, rippling through the unseen spaces around you, guiding malevolent energy toward your very core. They want to disrupt your life, to fracture the foundations of your happiness, and to sever the connections you hold dear. This enemy works in silence, yet their presence is palpable, felt like the chilling touch of a storm before it breaks. Their purpose is single-minded and ruthless, to trap you in a mire of misfortune, to see your light dimmed, and to revel in the destruction of your path. They manipulate energy with a mastery that is both ancient and precise, sending currents of despair and confusion through the air, aiming to entangle your spirit. Their attacks are calculated, each move a cold calculation of how best to shake your confidence, sever your opportunities, and render you powerless. You're the target of an insidious force that goes beyond mere ill will. It is a dark energy crafted and directed with malicious intent, striking at your heart with the stealth of a predator lurking in the darkness. This is not random. It is precise. Someone has taken deliberate steps to direct curses and manipulative forces toward you, focusing their energy like a blade against your spirit. Their goal is not simply to harm but to break you, to unravel your strength, and to scatter the pieces of your well-being to the winds. There is a darkness surrounding you, a presence that moves like smoke through the hidden corners of your existence. This attacker may not work alone. It is likely they are part of a circle, a gathering of others who share in this sinister art, fueling each other's malice with collective power. They practice in secrecy, drawing upon rituals and forces that are as old as time itself, binding themselves to energies that thrive on chaos and destruction. Their hands are stained with the shadows they call upon, each act of malice amplifying their intent, feeding the darkness they send to you. Their actions are not confined to a single attack, but manifest as a series of relentless waves, each one calculated to wear you down, to slowly chip away at the walls you have built to protect yourself. They aim to disrupt your connections, to isolate you from the support of those who care about you, and to cast doubt upon your every step. They are relentless, their intent an unending stream of venom that seeps into every corner of your life, tainting your thoughts, your relationships, your sense of self. The energies they channel are potent, ancient forces that leave no room for mercy or remorse. They harness these powers with a deep understanding of their effects, each curse and incantation a weapon designed to break you from within. They want to see you fractured, stranded in a wasteland of misfortune, cut off from hope, and drained of vitality. They aim to control your fate by bending the energies around you to their will, pushing you into a corner from which they hope you'll never escape. You are their target, and their intent is unwavering. You are in the crosshairs of an enemy who will not stop until they have twisted your life into something unrecognizable. But within you lies a core that remains untouched, a spark that they cannot reach. It is here, in this place of inner strength, that your power resides. The path may be dark, but you carry the light to withstand their storm, and with it, the power to turn back the shadows that seek to consume you. You find yourself entangled in a web of disruptions, woven with a deliberate hand and aimed directly at you. You're being battered on all sides, in the realms of health, finances, and the connections that once offered you solace. This is no mere coincidence, no passing misfortune. It's a calculated onslaught designed to erode the foundation of your life. The shadows have their hands on every aspect of your existence, their grip tightening, their presence unmistakable. First, your health. You may feel the creeping fatigue that seems to claw at your bones, draining your vitality and clouding your mind. This isn't just tiredness, it's a sickness that sinks into your core, as if invisible threads are binding your energy and drawing it away. Your strength ebbs, not from any physical exertion, but from a sinister force that gnaws at your well-being, sapping the very essence that keeps you moving forward. You may find yourself plagued with ailments that seem to resist explanation or cure, as if your body is rebelling under the weight of an unseen curse. This is the first strike, a calculated weakening of your physical defenses, setting the stage for further turmoil. Then there is the assault on your finances, an arena where the impact cuts deep, seeping into your stability and security. Your resources slip through your fingers, unexpected expenses mount like an avalanche, and opportunities that once seemed certain dissolve into shadows. This is more than just a string of bad luck. It is a deliberate attack aimed at destabilizing your foundation, eroding your confidence, and blurring your vision for the future. Each financial setback is a blow to your autonomy, an attempt to trap you in a cage of worry and fear. The attacks are relentless, designed to strip you of the means to build, to grow, to aspire. The most vicious strike, however, targets your relationships. Friends you once trusted seem to withdraw, their warmth replaced by an inexplicable chill. Those who once stood by you, who once shared in your joys and sorrows, now seem distant, as if they've been turned away by an invisible hand. Communication becomes strained, laughter fades, and the bonds you once relied on feel fragile and brittle. This is an attempt to isolate you, to encase you in a solitary prison where your pleas for connection go unheard. It is a severing of your lifelines, an effort to leave you standing alone against the tide. These attacks manifest in ways that pierce the very fabric of your existence, leaving you reeling and grasping for answers. You feel the unraveling, each thread meticulously plucked, each strike calculated to strip away another layer of your defenses. It is a brutal campaign of spiritual warfare, where the blows are invisible, but the wounds are unmistakably real. Each element of your life is under siege, and the attacker knows precisely where to strike to cause the deepest pain, the most enduring scars. You are under a targeted assault, one that seeks to crush not just the body, but the spirit. Every area of your life has become a battlefield, with your health, wealth, and relationships at the forefront of the attack. The darkness seeks to poison your connections, undermine your stability, and shatter the peace you once knew. You feel this pressure like a weight on your chest, each aspect of your life slowly twisted and torn. Yet, in the midst of this storm, you hold within you a reservoir of resilience, a strength that your adversary underestimates. Even as they attempt to suffocate your spirit, there is a light within you that refuses to be extinguished. Their efforts are relentless, but so is the core of your being, a defiant flame that no darkness can fully consume. You stand amidst these attacks, scarred but unbroken, with a spirit that remains as sharp as steel, ready to face whatever may come. We interrupt their failed plans to bring you the real power, the obsidian inner order. Their witchcraft, their attempts to break you, all of it has backfired spectacularly. Every curse thrown your way, every spell cast in secret, has only served to fuel your rise. They thought they could take you down, but instead, they've alchemized their own energy into your success. Inside the inner order, we teach you how to harness this redirected force. Our exclusive, modern manifestation mechanics grimoire for chosen ones gives you the exact tools to turn spiritual attacks into fuel for your manifestations. While they're scrambling to recover from their backfired schemes, you'll be ascending to heights they never imagined. Plus, you'll gain access to uncensored videos, content YouTube doesn't want you to see, with breathtaking visuals available only to the inner order. With over 250 chosen ones already turning their trials into triumphs, the Star Chamber Discord is your place to connect, sharpen your skills, and keep flipping the script on those who thought they could stop you. This is spiritual warfare at its highest level, and the universe has placed you in the winning position. Join us now, Patreon link in the description, and watch as the energy they sent to destroy you becomes the fire that forges your destiny. You are under attack from an entity cloaked in the guise of jealousy and bitterness, their every thought tainted by an insatiable desire to see you fall. This person hides behind a mask of cunning, wielding their malevolence like a weapon. They are no ordinary foe. They are steeped in narcissism, drawn to their own reflection, convinced of their superiority, and intoxicated by their own perceived power. They see your light, and it drives them into a frenzy. Their envy consumes them like a corrosive poison, and it is this toxic force that propels them to strike against you. This attacker does not operate within the bounds of the everyday world. They manipulate forces that move in shadows, practicing dark arts meant to corrupt, to bind, and to dismantle. They see themselves as untouchable, shrouded by the very spells they cast, believing that their actions will go unseen, their intentions unreadable. They tap into energies that are as ancient as they are destructive, conjuring spells with the precision of an assassin sharpening their blade. Their words are laced with venom, their rituals laced with hatred, each one calculated to unleash chaos into your life, while keeping them cloaked in secrecy. Their approach is insidious. They lace their attacks with subtlety, seeking to disrupt you without leaving any trace of their hand. They cast spells that unravel the fabric of your life in quiet ways, causing fissures that spread like cracks in a wall under immense pressure. They're skilled at weaving these forces into your reality, watching from afar as your life contorts, deriving satisfaction from each moment of your unease. They revel in their own machinations, convinced that their malevolent artistry is beyond your reach, and that you will never trace the destruction back to them. This person's narcissism fuels their confidence, inflating their sense of control as they manipulate energies with abandon. They believe themselves immune to consequence, cloaked in layers of deceit and hubris. In their mind, they are a master of dark forces, a puppeteer pulling strings you cannot see, moving pieces on a board they believe is theirs to command. They draw power from their bitterness, their jealousy a wellspring from which they summon destructive forces, pouring it into spells meant to twist your life into chaos. And they are relentless. Their bitterness is not a passing state. It is a core part of who they are. They carry it with them like a second skin, each thought tainted, each action underscored by the belief that they deserve more, that you are somehow in possession of something that should be theirs. This is not a person who attacks on a whim, but rather with a methodical and burning rage, their jealousy a furnace that fuels each incantation, each curse, with searing intent. They watch with a cruel satisfaction, assured that they are beyond your reach, that their power grants them an untouchable status. But their hubris is their blind spot. They may believe they operate in the shadows, but their actions leave fingerprints on the fabric of your life. Each spell, each calculated act of sabotage, weaves a web of energy that pulses with the unmistakable mark of their jealousy and bitterness. Their efforts to harm are as visible as they are dark, their impact reverberating through your existence in ways they believe are hidden, but are in fact revealed by the very nature of their intensity. In their quest to bring you down, they underestimate the strength that lies dormant within you. Their spells and manipulations may twist the currents around you, but there is a force within you that cannot be reached by their malice. They have ensnared themselves in a loop of envy and bitterness, chaining themselves to a destructive force that, in the end, may consume them more fully than it ever could touch you. The darkness they wield with such pride is in reality a cage of their own making, and it is only a matter of time before it closes in on them. You are the focal point of a force that defies their intentions. The energy they directed at you, meant to unravel and harm, has instead twisted back upon them like a viper turning on its handler. The repercussions of their actions are reverberating through their own life with an intensity they never anticipated. They wove spells intended to shatter your foundation, to bring chaos into your world, but each strike they aimed at you has become a crack in their own armor. Their dark intentions have become an echo chamber, amplifying misfortune back onto them with the ferocity of a storm unleashed. They believed themselves invincible, yet now they feel the weight of their own schemes collapsing inward. Their life has become a mirror, reflecting the malice they intended for you. Opportunities they took for granted begin to slip away. The foundations they thought solid start to crumble. Like weeds taking root in the soil of their soul, these repercussions grow, tangling and choking the very essence they sought to wield. Their own bitterness, their own jealousy, have become chains binding them, dragging them into a quicksand of their own making. Every curse they cast in your direction has backfired, each one a claw that now digs into them, tearing at their very core. Your resilience has altered the course of their energy, twisting it in ways they never predicted. They see you standing not broken but fortified, and this drives them further into a frenzy. You have turned their venom into your fuel, transmuting it with an alchemist's grace. Each dark pulse they sent has met a force within you, a shield they could not foresee, a transformative power that consumes their malice and reforges it into strength. While they descend into chaos, you stand as a pillar, grounded and resolute. The darkness they meant to encase you has become a mantle of resilience that surrounds you, a protective armor forged from their own ill will. Through this transmutation, you have not only survived, but thrived, taking what was meant to destroy you and making it a stepping stone, a foundation upon which you rise higher than before. The energy they sent, twisted and turned, has become your nourishment. You have taken their poison and turned it into an elixir, a potent force that fuels your own growth and fortification. Their curses now ripple through their own existence like tremors, shaking the ground beneath them, while you walk forward untouched, guided by a light that they could never dim. The more they push, the deeper they sink, tangled in a web of their own creation. They face the very demons they unleashed, now clawing at them, reminding them of every dark intention, every malicious thought. They are caught in a feedback loop of negativity, their own attacks transformed into chains that bind them. You have become the stone upon which their hatred shatters, your strength an immovable force that consumes and transmutes their attacks, feeding your own ascent while leaving them to grapple with the wreckage they have wrought upon themselves. You stand as a crucible of energy, where the forces around you, both luminous and shadowed, are drawn into a vortex of transformation. Every wave of energy that collides with your being, whether forged from admiration or tainted by malice, fuels the fire within you. You do not merely shield yourself from these forces, you absorb them, converting them into reservoirs of strength. This process of transmutation is your gift, an alchemical force that transforms even the darkest intentions into radiant blessings that serve your ascent. It is this ability to transmute energy that keeps you beyond the reach of those who wish you harm. They may hurl curses cloaked in resentment, but you have stripped them of their power. By refusing to harbor hatred or resentment, you dismantle their control, denying them the very substance they seek to wield against you. Hatred is a tether that binds, a chain that constricts the spirit, but you have severed this cord with precision. You let their venom fall at your feet, reduced to dust, because you understand that hatred only feeds those who cast it, chaining you to the darkness they tried to summon. As you stand in this place of sovereign control, you are not alone. Spiritual forces align around you, guardians that deflect malevolent intentions before they can even reach your spirit. These forces weave through your life like ethereal sentinels, unseen but always present, shielding you from the brunt of every negative force that seeks to invade. They amplify your natural ability to transmute, enhancing your capacity to turn shadows into light. Where others might crumble under the weight of these energies, you stand firm, your spirit an unyielding fortress fortified by allies unseen. Your gift is a paradox. While others might break under the barrage of curses and dark energies, you turn them to your advantage. Each attempt to harm you, each pulse of negativity directed your way, is drawn into your field of influence, captured and dissolved. What others cast off as curses become for you like seeds, planted in the soil of your resilience, sprouting into blessings that push you higher. You consume this darkness like fuel, refining it within your being, letting it fortify you in ways your adversaries could never foresee. You are a sentinel of perception, endowed with the power to sift through the unseen layers of energy surrounding you. With your intuition as a finely tuned compass, you are able to detect the subtle vibrations that reveal negative intentions directed your way. You are no stranger to these energies. You feel them as a shift in the atmosphere around you, a sudden flicker of tension within your own spirit. These signals are not random. They are the ripples of hostile forces, emerging from the depths of envy, anger, or spite, and aimed with precision at you. Your telepathic senses stretch beyond mere sight or sound, reaching into realms that others might overlook. You pick up on the faintest stirrings, the echoes of thoughts not spoken but nonetheless potent. When you feel an unexplainable surge of anger, an undercurrent of competitiveness that cuts through your calm, you know that it is not of your own making. It is a signature, an imprint of someone else's negativity that has been cast into your sphere. This is the energy of another attempting to disturb your equilibrium, to infiltrate your thoughts and seed discord within you. These signals are not to be ignored. They are the whispers of adversaries cloaked in shadows, sending their intentions across the ether like poisoned arrows. But you are not without defense. As you become aware of these sudden shifts, you begin to trace the source, pulling back the veil to expose the hand that sends this energy. You know that these forces seek to latch onto you, to pull you into their own vortex of negativity. But you also know that you hold the power to sever these ties. You reach within yourself, calling back the energy that belongs to you alone. This act is more than just a shield. It is a reclamation, a withdrawal of your essence from the reach of those who seek to drain you. By reclaiming this energy, you fortify your defenses, rendering their attempts to influence you futile. You sever the cords that connect you to them, leaving their malice suspended in the void, unable to reach you or affect your state. This disconnection is not merely a barrier. It is an obliteration of their influence, a complete withdrawal that leaves their negativity adrift, powerless and lost. You have transcended their attacks, standing resilient and unshaken, while they become ensnared in the very web they wove for you. With each malicious intention cast in your direction, they find themselves consumed by their own fire, while you emerge stronger, brighter, and more unstoppable. Every strike meant to dismantle your spirit has instead forged new pathways for you, transforming obstacles into opportunities and casting their envy into the furnace of your growth. In this alchemy of resilience, you are not only surviving but thriving, drawing power from each twist of fate they have set in motion. The negativity they intended as your downfall now shapes your path to greater abundance, to connections that are richer and more meaningful than before. Your energy, unyielding and sovereign, stands as proof that no darkness can ever truly touch your core. With higher forces guiding you, your natural resilience unfolds, an unbreakable shield that only grows stronger with every attempt to breach it. Now is the time to honor the strength within you, to recognize your role as a chosen one, a being whose light defies the shadows that others seek to cast. Embrace the truth that every ounce of energy sent against you is a force that can only elevate you. Share your story, your defiance, your power. Let others witness the unshakable spirit within you, so they too may see how the very forces that seek to harm us can become the fuel for our greatest ascension.